Thanks for tuning in to this week's news recap. Legal heat on SBF. Prosecutors call for jail, judge issues gag order. This week, Sam Bankman-Fried, founder of FTX, found himself under increasing legal pressure. The U.S. Department of Justice is seeking his detention, alleging multiple attempts to tamper with witnesses. Assistant U.S. Attorney Danielle Sassoon stated in court, quote, "It is the government's view that no set of release conditions can secure the safety of the community." Bankman-Fried, who is currently under house arrest, is also facing a gag order issued by Judge Lewis Kaplan of the Southern District of New York. The order prohibits him from discussing his case publicly, with the exception of, quote, "assertions of innocence." The judge warned Bankman-Fried to take matters seriously, signing off on the interim gag order at least until he has had a chance to review written submissions on whether the FTX founder's bail should be revoked entirely. The legal proceedings stem from allegations that Bankman-Fried leaked the private diary of a former colleague, Caroline Ellison, to the media. His trial is set to begin in October on various charges, including securities and wire fraud. If convicted, Bankman-Fried faces over 100 years in prison. Worldcoin launches amidst controversy. This week, Worldcoin, a project co-founded by OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, launched its native WLD token on the Optimism mainnet, marking a significant milestone for the project. The Worldcoin protocol, which uses specialized hardware called orbs to scan users' irises as proof of personhood, has been met with mixed reactions. The launch also saw the expansion of the World ID system and the World app to over 80 countries, with plans to increase this number to 120. However, the project's reliance on biometric data has sparked controversy. In a blog post, Ethereum creator Vitalik Buterin raised concerns about the potential for privacy leaks, accessibility, and centralization issues associated with the use of biometric data. He questioned the security of the orb and the potential for misuse by authoritarian governments. On this week's episode of The Chopping Block, Tarun Chitra wondered if the new token was a precipitated move to raise cash, and whether the token is a new Sam coin, referring to projects backed by Sam Bankman-Fried that commonly had a tiny circulating supply and an inflated, fully diluted value. Despite these concerns, Worldcoin continues to push forward with its ambitious plans. Tiago Sada, head of product engineering and design at Tools for Humanity, described the launch as a, quote, "massive leap for the entire project." The Worldcoin Foundation aims to increase economic participation while focusing on privacy and decentralization. Worldcoin airdropped its token WLD to many early adopters, worth around $50, a not-so-low amount, especially in emerging countries. Binance seeks dismissal of CFTC charges. Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, along with its CEO, Changpeng Zhao, and former Chief Compliance Officer Samuel Lim, announced their intent to request that charges brought by the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission be dismissed. The charges, filed in March, accused Binance of violating trading and derivatives regulations, including facilitating commodity derivatives transactions for U.S. individuals since July 2019. Binance's legal team is seeking permission to submit a 50-page brief, citing the complexity of the CFTC's 73-page complaint. Also this week, Binance retracted its application for a license under the German regulator BaFin, citing significant changes in the global market and regulatory landscape. In addition, Binance listed the new stablecoin First Digital USD, or FDUSD, temporarily offering no trading fees for certain FDUSD pairs. Crypto's infamous duo in Bitfinex laundering case strikes plea deal. Elliot Dutch Lichtenstein and Heather Razzlecon Morgan, the infamous couple arrested for laundering $4.5 billion in stolen Bitcoin, reached plea deals with federal prosecutors. In hearings scheduled for August 3rd, the duo is set to plead guilty to 2 counts of money laundering and 1 of conspiracy to defraud the United States. The couple, dubbed Bitcoin's Bonnie and Clyde, will also forfeit the nearly 119,754 Bitcoins obtained from Bitfinex, the crypto exchange from which the money was stolen in August 2016. According to a source familiar with the matter, both defendants cooperated with authorities. The couple have given the government new wallet addresses holding more stolen funds and other information that has allowed the government to recover additional assets. From the beginning, this case sparked widespread interest due to the couple's eccentric online personas and the eye-popping amount laundered. Federal Reserve increases federal funds rate by 25 basis points. The Federal Open Market Committee, under Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, has raised the top-line interest rate to 0.25%, or 25 basis points, to between 5.25 and 5.5%, as announced Wednesday. The rate raise brings the federal fund rate to the highest in 22 years. Markets expect at least one more rate adjustment this year, while this month's rate increase was, quote, fully priced in, according to CME FedWatch tool. Bitcoin's price reacted relatively flatly to the news, settling below $30,000 heading into the weekend. Andreessen Horowitz sells MKR token following governance dispute. Prominent venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz has likely begun unloading Maker tokens onto the open market, according to blockchain analytics. Twitter user Ouroboros Capital noted daily outflows of $1.5 million worth of MKR tokens to Coinbase from A16Z's wallets, indicating the VC's intention to sell the assets. MKR is currently trading at around $1,150, according to data analytics firm Messari. The outflows follow a governance overhaul proposed by MakerDAO founder Rune Christensen, entitled The Endgame Plan. The proposal, opposed by A16Z, suggests the creation of so-called sub-DAOs to spur further decentralization of the underlying protocol. MakerDAO itself is the largest asset-backed issuer of a decentralized stablecoin, with some $4.2 billion in circulation, according to Messari. Arkham Intel Exchange awards first bounty. Arkham Intel Exchange, the recently launched platform which has drawn criticism for its, quote, docs to earn program, awarded its first bounty to two blockchain sleuths who identified wallets connected to Terraform Labs and its founder, Do Kwon. The bounty, worth around $5,000, was paid out in nearly 9,500 ARKM tokens to an anonymous user and a pseudonymous Twitter user known as ErgoBTC. The bounty was awarded for information that contradicts Terra's public statement of holding only one Luna Foundation Guard wallet. ErgoBTC's research suggests that there may be more wallets associated with Terra and Kwon. The information obtained through the bounty will be released to the public 90 days after approval, shedding more light on the operations of Terraform Labs. DOJ granted extension in Mashinsky case. This week, the U.S. Department of Justice was granted an extension by Judge John Coltil to produce evidence in its case against Alex Mashinsky, the former CEO of crypto lender Celsius. DOJ now has until October 3rd to present initial information and evidence against Mashinsky, who was arrested on July 13th on charges of securities fraud, commodities fraud, wire fraud, and conspiracy to manipulate the price of Celsius's token. The DOJ attorneys are set to process a wealth of documents, including Celsius's corporate records and communications, which include more than 1,000 videos of Mashinsky's hour-long Ask Me Anything sessions. Mashinsky, who has pleaded not guilty to all charges, has been released on bail, secured by a $40 million bond. Under the terms of his bail agreement, Mashinsky will be restricted from traveling and will not be able to open any new bank or crypto accounts. Quantstamp settles with SEC over $28 million ICO. This week, blockchain security firm Quantstamp agreed to settle charges brought by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission over its unregistered initial coin offering that raised $28 million in 2017. The SEC's order stated that Quantstamp led investors to expect that the value of their QSP tokens would increase with the success of the firm, a violation of federal securities laws. Quantstamp, without admitting or denying the SEC's findings, agreed to a cease and desist order and to pay a total settlement amount of approximately $3.4 million. Crypto hack Roundup. AlphaPo, a crypto payments processor, suffered a significant loss estimated at $60 million. The stolen assets were identified on both the Tron and Bitcoin networks. The on-chain patterns associated with this breach align closely with operations previously linked to Lazarus, a North Korean hacking group. Additional hacks occurred on Conic Finance and Era Lend, the largest lending protocol on Ethereum Layer 2 protocol ZK Sync. In a daring move, Yearn Finance, a decentralized platform that uses automated smart contracts to help investors maximize their yield, invited the crypto community to try and steal the funds inside its V3 vault. Time for fun bits. Elon Musk is serious about rebranding Twitter. I mean, X. Let's hear Ginny Hogan weigh in on Elon's latest stunt.
An extremely manly move, Elon Musk has rebranded Twitter as X. To demonstrate he was serious about the change, he tweeted out this, which I have to imagine is a reference to Deus Ex Machina, something every Twitter investor has been praying for. Elon also claimed that they're cutting Twitter's bird logo from the buildings with blowtorches. This is fair. Birds are way too effeminate. I mean, some of them are literally girls. Allegedly, this move is because Elon wants to declare that Twitter is not the same social network he bought a year ago. Honestly, I got that already from the fact that images no longer load in my feed. Okay, so there was an obscure altcoin, the X coin, that is up 1,000% after the rebrand. Yeah, it's gone from $0.000002 to $0.00025. That's like when you think you only have a penny and then you find a dime. So X is way up, and Jack Dorsey's very first NFT tweet is worth under $2,000. What can you even buy with $2,000? Like half of all Twitter shares?
Thanks so much for joining us today. To learn more about Representative Torres and what's next for the various pieces of crypto legislation, check out the show notes for this episode. Unchained is produced by me, Laura Shin, with help from Kevin Fuchs, Matt Pilchard, Zach Seward, Juan Aranovich, Sam Sriram, Ginny Hogan, Leandro Camino, Pam Majumdar, Shashank, and Marka Kuria. Thanks for listening.